This episode of 80 Sports is in love and memory of John Altobelli, Carrie Altobelli, Alyssa Altobelli, Christina Mauser, Sarah Chester, Peyton Chester, Era Zabayan, Gianna Bryant, and Kobe Bryant.
Have a good time. Enjoy life. It's life is too short to get bogged down, to be discouraged, or you have to keep moving. You have to keep going. Put one foot in front of the other, smile, and just keep on rolling.
And now for an 8-second moment of silence. What's up, everybody? Happy Podcast Monday. I just made that up just now, but I'm going to start calling it that. Happy Podcast Monday, y'all. It's obviously AD, and you already know that I'm hype. If you saw the game, the Super Bowl, then you know exactly why I'm hyped. And I'm about to be hyped this whole entire episode. Yeah, it's 12 a.m. and my mom's in the other room sleeping. But you know, I gotta get it in. I gotta work. And I gotta talk about Pat Mahomes. So stay tuned. Roll the theme.
80 Sports.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
So boom, here's what's going on, because there's a lot going on right now for 80 Sports, and I'm about to catch you all up really fast, and then I'm going to get into the sports. So let's go ahead and do the thing. Hey, so what's going on? Oh, don't even worry. AD is about to tell us. That audio is really funny to me because I was literally just talking to myself. But that's all right. Most of my audios are just me talking to myself. But it's okay. I enjoy talking to myself because I'm fun to talk to. But anyway, so what's going on? Well, I'm going to tell you. First of all, 80 Sports now officially has a website. Woo! Clapping noises. Insert sound effect here when I'm editing. Yeah, there we go. Fake claps from the fake audience that I downloaded from YouTube. Thank you guys so much for your support, fake people. But you guys already know that I'm going to drop the links to the website. Also, 80 Sports is now available on Spotify, also on Google Podcasts, Radio, the Anchor app, etc., etc. I'm going to put one link under this video wherever you may find it, whether it's on my YouTube, my Spotify, my Anchor, my Radio, my website, whatever it is. I'm going to put one link under this video, and you're going to click on it, and it'll give you the links to all the things, to everything. And that's really exciting because it's like 80 in millions of places, but like all in one place. So that's great. So that's all the news I have for 80 Sports. Now let's get into, the sports of the show.
You are Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. You gotta play it right to Lombardi, baby. I knew we couldn't leave. Yes, sir.
That was Kansas City tight end Travis Kelce after his first Super Bowl win, and the Kansas City Chiefs' first Super Bowl win in 50 years. They won 31-20 over the San Francisco 49ers, which I already told y'all was going to happen. I told y'all that they were going to win. I don't even know why people even went back and forth. No, I'm just kidding. They had me in the first half, not going to lie.
They had us the first half, I'm not going to lie. They had us. We weren't defeated, but they had us.
That's been the Kansas City Chiefs' attitude all postseason. This is their third comeback win. You know, they came back from the Texans, they came back from the Titans, and now they came back from the 49ers. And now the Lombardi Trophy is coming back to Kansas City, which President Trump is not in Kansas. It's actually in Missouri, but thank you. You tried. But yes, after 50 years, the Kansas City Chiefs are finally once again Super Bowl champs. Pat Mahomes becomes the youngest player in history to win an NFL MVP award and a Super Bowl MVP. He actually broke the Madden curse. He was injured earlier in the season. He was out 5 games, but he came back and did what he does best, and he broke the Madden curse. Him and Tom Brady are the only 2 players to break the curse, so I don't know what that means, but I think we might see a Pat Mahomes era coming soon, and I think that's something people will actually enjoy to see. Hopefully they don't start hating on him the way that we do Tom Brady. Speaking of, quick side note, speaking of Tom Brady almost broke the internet earlier this week with his picture of him, quote-unquote, leaving or walking into Gillette Stadium. Either one. We don't know which one it was, if he was walking out or walking in. The point is, he's not walking anywhere because he made very clear in the Hulu ad that he will be staying. So I know everyone is very disappointed. I am for sure absolutely 100% disappointed that he will continue to play, but he may be leaving the Patriots and may be going for the Raiders, or the Raiders are going to try to pursue him. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I honestly wish he was just retiring. But since he's not, I guess the Raiders are fine, as long as he doesn't go to the Super Bowl again. Not to sound like a hater, but I'm a hater. Now back to the Chiefs, because that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about Tom Brady and the Patriots right now. We're talking about Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes finished the night with 26 completions, 286 yards, 2 touchdowns, and sadly 2 interceptions. Those interceptions were ugly. Pat Mahomes did kind of have a rough night. The Chiefs' offensive line kind of fell apart. Seemed like Pat Mahomes was running away from Bosa most of the night, and he got sacked 4 times. And he did throw those 2 interceptions, which they were bad throws, they were bad passes, but he still won it, and he fulfilled his high school dream of going to Disney World. And Andy Reid got his first Super Bowl after 21 seasons of coaching. Now, you want to talk about long overdue. Andy Reid is one of the greatest coaches of all time. He's definitely one of the greatest coaches in the league, obviously, because his team just won the Super Bowl. So it's exciting that he finally got his first Super Bowl win, and he has already stated that he is fired up to go again next year. And if this is the Pat Mahomes era, it is definitely likely that we are going to see the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl for a couple of years. The odds of them repeating are already the highest in the league, so I'm looking forward to it as a Chiefs fan, although I'm also a Cowboys fan, so I'm going to need the Cowboys to be there too. So I don't know who I'm going to root for, but, you know, my heart has always been in Dallas, so I guess we'll see if we ever come to that. Chiefs running back Damian Williams ended the night with 17 carries for 104 yards and 1 touchdown. I know a lot of people were saying that they thought he also deserved MVP, but honestly, in this case, I think you have to give it to Pat Mahomes, because Pat Mahomes has taken his team out of holes that nobody can take him out of. So, yes, Damian Williams did do a very good job last night, but I definitely think Pat Mahomes still deserved to be MVP. Tyreek Hill had 9 receptions and 105 yards for the night. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, for the 49ers, Jimmy G, he did have a good night tonight. Jimmy G had 20 completions for 219 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Now, these are good stats for Jimmy G, because if anybody knows me, I'm not really... I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a hater, because I don't hate on the man, but he definitely isn't the most consistent quarterback in the league, and I'm still honestly very surprised that the 49ers even made it this far with him. But, you know, that running game is sick, and that defense, phenomenal. And when he's on, he's on, and when he's off, he's off. And tonight he just happened to be on, so I definitely don't think Jimmy G is the reason that the 49ers lost tonight. I think the 49ers lost because they didn't score in the 4th, and the defense, I guess they got tired because they started underestimating Sammy Watkins, and left him wide open and on key plays. Did the same thing with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill had big key plays at the end that definitely won the game for the Chiefs. And of course, I'm gonna have some clips from that from our favorite segment later on. But I think the biggest thing that was an issue for the 49ers was Kyle Shanahan's time management. So at the end of the half, they had 3 timeouts, and they didn't even score. They had plenty of time left to score. They didn't even try to go for it, didn't try to score, and they ended up kneeling out. And I think Kyle Shanahan, being new to head coaching for the 49ers, obviously they have a lot to learn. They have a very young team, and I think the 49ers have potential to be great, but there's just little things that they need to work on, like Kyle Shanahan's time management, Jimmy G's consistency, and they need probably more corners to help them out besides Richard Sherman, because Richard Sherman, he just kind of wasn't there tonight. So 49ers, they're a young team. They obviously have lots to build on and lots to get better at. And I don't think this loss was just it definitely wasn't embarrassing for the 49ers, because the 49ers did play a very good game, and it was a good game to watch. Obviously, this is not everything that I want to say about the game, so I will be having articles coming out soon about the game, a recap of the game probably, some more things that the 49ers could have improved on, some more in-depth things. So definitely be looking out for that on the 80 Sports website under the NFL tab. Pretty fancy. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. But I'll have more articles coming out soon this week. But right now, we're going to move on to basketball. So the NBA world has been reeling from the death of Kobe and Gianna Bryant, and honestly, I still haven't recovered from it. I don't think anybody has recovered from it. Honestly, I still haven't been able to really believe it and accept it. And it's really sad. Oh, I hope I don't cry. But honestly, I think the best thing to do to remember Kobe is just to remember all the positive memories about him and all the wonderful things that he's done for the community, for each and every one of us. So in a way, I guess we could all just say thank you, Kobe. And I'm obviously not saying move on from it, because that's something very difficult and it's hard to do, but we can just thank Kobe, and like he said, just keep on rolling. Damian Lillard is he's blazing with the Portland Blazers. I'm sorry, that was bad. But he continued his historic streak of dominant play Saturday with his third 50-point performance in the past 6 games. He is averaging 48.8 points per game over the past 6 games. That's insane. He is literally going off. He's over there basically being a silent killer, because nobody has really been discussing him as much as, we discuss other people. But he is over there just tearing it up. Carmelo Anthony said he doesn't think we've ever seen anything like this. He said we've seen great basketball. We've seen guys score the basketball in different fashions. But what he's doing, we haven't seen that in a long time. I'm just happy to be a part of it, be a fan of it. He's tearing up the court so much that his own teammates are surprised. His streak started with his career high and franchise record 61 points on January 20th against the Golden State Warriors. His 293 points over the past 6 games is actually tied with Kobe Bryant for third most over such a span, behind a pair of overlapping streaks by James Harden last January. So Damian Lillard is definitely on a roll. So obviously I want to know what you guys think about this, and what you guys think. Is this going to continue, or is it gonna phase out? Just let me know what you think. To let me know, go to the website. I will have a poll up soon, hopefully, of this video, and just let me know what you guys think about Damian Lillard, because he's definitely worth the fan hype right now. The NBA trade deadline is coming up February 6th, which means we are officially 3 days away from the big day. So I'm gonna give you guys some of the latest updates. As of February 2nd, the Houston Rockets are talking to multiple Eastern Conference teams about without center Clint Capella. One of the teams mentioned is the Atlanta Hawks. The Rockets have won games recently without Capella, who is currently out due to a heel injury by going small. The Golden State Warriors are finalizing a deal to trade Willie Cauley-Stein to the Dallas Mavericks for a 2020 second-round pick. Cauley-Stein, who's 26, provides the Mavericks with a backup big to replace Dwight Powell, who suffered a ruptured right Achilles on Tuesday. Now, if you're wondering which title contender needs to make trades, the most logical answer is probably all of them, because all the teams have weaknesses that need to be filled in order to, go for the title. The LA Clippers could stand to make a trade because they won't have any first-round picks to trade away until after the 2021 draft, so they should definitely get some depth in while they still can. The Denver Nuggets also, because they need another closer besides Nikola Jokic. The Houston Rockets obviously are hunting for a quality 3-and-D wing and are willing to part with their first-round pick. So those are some of the big teams that definitely need to be watched as this trade deadline is coming up. And that's all that I have for the What's Going On segment. So now we're going to move on to the future as told by AD. If you don't know where that's from SpongeBob, and if you didn't know that already, then you probably didn't have a nice childhood if you didn't know where that came from. But in this segment, you already know that I predict the future, or I attempt to make some picks, predictions, plays. Okay, not plays, but you know what I mean. You know the segment. You've been listening for 4 whole episodes. So my first prediction is going to be about the NFL, and my bold, very bold, and I say bold because I'm just reaching in the dark here. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys will be in the Super Bowl next season. Mark my words. Y'all may not believe me right now, but Mike McCarthy is going to completely and is already turning around the Cowboys offense. He's building a offense that is focused on Dak. So he's basically creating a system quarterback. And if you know anything about the NFL right now, you know that system quarterbacks work. They are working. Pat Mahomes is a system quarterback. Lamar Jackson is a system quarterback. Jimmy G is 100% a system quarterback. Tom Brady, system quarterback. Drew Brees, system quarterback. So these are all very successful quarterbacks. So if you are going to sit there and tell me that system quarterbacks don't work and that they're not any good, well, you haven't seen football this season at all, because I think this season was the season of system quarterbacks. Now, some off-season moves for the NFL. I believe Tom Brady will either stay with the Patriots or I think he will go to the Raiders. I also kind of believe he'll go to the Chargers, because the Chargers, they just they just said they were going to part ways with Phillip Rivers. So I don't know. I feel like the Chargers should be somewhere on his radar, because he did say he wanted to move back to LA. So I definitely think the Chargers would be a decent fit for him. I would rather him retire, but since he stated that he's not going to do that, I'm thinking either Chargers, Raiders, or he's going to stay where he is. Drew Brees, I don't know. He's been pretty quiet. I think he's just living his best life, and I think he's going to tell us pretty soon that he's going to retire, because he started in the Pro Bowl. Russell Wilson gave up his spot for him. So I think that was maybe a sign, as this might have been his last goodbye. So maybe Drew Brees, I'm predicting that Drew Brees, we just saw his last season, and it's the Saints are going to move on. Now, I saw the Saints were thinking about making Taysom Hill a franchise quarterback, and I was like, no, let's not do that. Taysom Hill is too good at everything else to just limit him to just a franchise quarterback. Like, don't do that to him. I think that's a really bad move, and I actually think that the Saints are going to do it. That's my prediction, that the Saints are going to make that very bad move. So we'll be seeing Taysom Hill as the franchise quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, which I think he'll be a great quarterback, but he can do so much more. I just don't understand why you would only want him as the quarterback. But that's just me That's my opinion. That's my prediction. Do what you want with that information. Sean Payton, if you ever hear this, don't do it. Just don't do it. Now, come draft time, I will be making some more predictions. I'll maybe even have a special draft day show. And I'll just be pointing out who I think most of the teams need and who I think will go in the first round. So be looking out for that special The Future as Told by AD draft day episode, hopefully coming up soon. Now, those are kind of all the predictions that I have for this episode, but you can always go to the 80 Sports website. Of course, link below or above, wherever it happens to be on whatever streaming platform you are listening to. Link in my bios. You can go to the website and see all the other predictions that I have, because I have The Future as Told by AD tab. Even has a little cool graphic, so you can always go and check that out. Now, we're going to have a quick commercial break.
This is Chloe from the Vinci Vault. I just want to let y'all know that it's $10 off for any college student with a valid college ID. Book with me today.
Hey y'all, I'm sure some of you are wondering how I got my podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, etc., etc. Well, I'm going to tell you how. If you haven't heard of the Anchor app, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain it. It's free, number one thing right there. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, so it's easy. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can even make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So let's just backtrack a little bit. It's free. It's easy. It helps you get your work out there, and you can make money from it. Sounds pretty good to me. If you're interested, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Alan. Just letting y'all know I got my clothing brand, Ratchet City Apparel. We trying to, get this all over the city, let everybody know where the real Ratchet City is at. So, just hit me up, support me. I got my Instagram page is @_Alan_Caldwell. You can get me on the Ratchet City app Instagram page @Ratchet City app. And you can get me on Twitter @AppRatchet. Just letting y'all know we got a special code for AD Sports. If you hit me with AD23, that's AD23, you can get $10 off your next purchase. So just hit me up and let's get it right.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, That Boy AJ, and just checking in to say, after you're done listening to AD's wonderful podcast, come over and watch some of my videos. All right, That Boy AJ out. Back to AD.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Now it's time for everybody's favorite segment. I know for a fact it's my favorite segment, AD, and the AD stands for...
Ah! Damn!
That's right, and the AD stands for Aw Damn. So you already know in this segment, I highlight all the sports moments that made fans say, Aw Damn. So we're going to start off with this Russell Westbrook pass to Ben McLemore for the slam dunk in the Rockets' 128-121 win over the Mavericks.
For the Rockets. Yeah, he's got 11 points himself, and he's got assists to 9 more points here in the third quarter. That pass to Ben was very good, and they're happy about that one.
So that clip actually is on the 80 Sports website. So now there's a visual to go with all of these all damn moments that I present to you today. So that's really exciting because you can actually go and see it. The next play we have is the 38-yard touchdown by Damian Williams that sealed the game for the Chiefs on Sunday to win the Super Bowl.
See if they can put it away with an earned first down. Here's Williams, and there it is. Kansas City will start celebrating. 38-yard touchdown run. Damian Williams. An absolutely outrageous fourth quarter roar by the Chiefs. Anytime you got to stop the run, you're selling out. You're not keeping anybody back.
That was the play that sealed the game for the Chiefs on Sunday night against the 49ers. They had put them up a little bit more. They were already up 24-20, and that just pretty much ended the game, brought them to 31-20. Now, this next moment is also from the Chiefs-49ers games, and this one is a little controversial. So, David Williams, he extended his arm out to the goal line to put the Chiefs back on top, but some people are wondering if it was actually a touchdown.
Here's third and goal. Mahomes. How about it? Trying to reach out, and yes. That is close, right at the pylon. But Williams with the score. And just enough to get that ball inside the pylon. Damian Williams.
Just enough is right because his right foot definitely looked like it was, well, not that it looked like it was out of bounds. It was definitely out of bounds. But the tip of the ball crossed the plane just before his foot touched outside of bounds. And it was just too tricky to overrule. So they left it as is, and it was a touchdown. And the Chiefs won it. So 49ers fans probably are a little bit upset about that play, but, I mean, the Chiefs were going to get it done anyway, so don't even trip about it, because then you're going to be sounding like a Saints fan, and that's not something we're going to talk about because I know you guys are sensitive. This next all-damn moment is a basketball moment, and it is Zion absolutely crushing it in his, debut to the NBA.
Here's Westbrook from the foul line, can't get it, and rebounded by Ball, who is averaging about 6 boards per game. How about that? Wow. Whoa, my goodness, the rim and the entire stanchion is still moving.
How about the pass from Lonzo Ball? We get a spectacular highlight to start the game. Please, low turnover game, New Orleans.
The basket is still moving a little bit, too.
So Zion absolutely just flies like 20 million feet off the ground. He flies and he catches a lob from Lonzo Ball. Beautiful pass, by the way, from Lonzo Ball, and just flushes it. And that was beautiful. Although the Pelicans did actually end up losing that game to the Rockets 117-109, but a beautiful finish nonetheless. And that's all we have for the show today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. And as always, I appreciate the support. I hope that you all go visit the website and the Spotify and the Google Podcast. Apple Podcasts, I think, is coming soon. Apple kind of takes a while to approve podcasts and stuff. So working on that. Obviously, I'll let you guys know as soon as I have all that taken care of. Make sure you follow the Instagram at 80sports__. Make sure you follow the Twitter, 80sports14. Go visit the website, 80sportsnews.blog, something like that. I'm going to plug it because it's really long. But I want you guys to have the exact thing so you can go to it and have a good time and enjoy my website that I worked on. So thank you guys so much for listening. And Avery, take us out.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.